So I know there are many movies where someone falls in love with an AI, and some of those movies are good, some of them are bad. Like Blade Runner was a good movie, and this movie I saw a couple of days ago, which was surprisingly good. Well, it's nothing like Blade Runner, but it's still a good movie. So the movie name is Her, and it's about this guy, a lonely guy named Theodore, who buys this AI named Samantha. And this AI is really advanced and good. Like obviously that AI helps him with his emails and stuff, but it starts becoming more than that and starts having real emotions, and that AI wants to become a human being later on in the movie, and even starts helping him with his personal problems and sometimes even with his loneliness because he's a really lonely guy. And pretty much starts becoming more than what they programmed her for. And even Theodore starts treating this AI like a friend or even sometimes like a girlfriend, and even takes her to the beaches and sometimes museums and other stuff, and even starts playing games with her because she can see through his glasses he's wearing, so she can see and hear him. I know this movie sounds weird when on paper, but it's actually such a good movie and it does such a good job executing the story of this movie, and it succeeds very well in my opinion anyway. Because there are many movies that try to like they have this weird story but the movie is not good, but for this that's not the case. Story, it sounds weird but it's actually a good movie, and everything that movie has, it does a good job with it. Like even the flashbacks in this movie are good. So there's many flashbacks because this guy's he got separated from his wife a couple of years ago I think, and it's really hard for him to let that go. So there's many flashbacks of him and his wife which are really good actually, and they're perfectly timed. Like they don't just throw a flashback whenever they want into the movie. They like show you that in the perfect time, which is good for this movie and many of the movies. But many movies just show many like flashbacks, which is just annoying for me anyway. But this movie does a like good job with flashbacks, and it's perfectly timed for most of them anyway. Also, the arguments in this movie when people are arguing are actually really good. Like in many movies, the people argue and like those arguments are not good. But in this movie, these arguments are actually really decent because pretty much both of those people have a point and they're trying to make a point. Like many movies just have these arguments for the sake of having arguments in the movie. But in this movie, these arguments are actually really good because those people are trying to make a point and they actually have a point. Like it's not like they're just standing there and yapping. Like both of those people who are arguing have a point and they're trying to come across to another person and trying to make those points. So this movie is a good, original, and relevant movie I have seen in a while. Like there's many decent movie, but they're just sequels or they're remake or it's pretty much like. But this movie is original story, and it is a really good story. Though, like I said, when it's on paper, it doesn't sound good, but you have to see it to believe it because it is a really good movie. Also, I think this movie does such a good job when it tries to tell you that how hard it is to let people go from your life. Like this Samantha AI gets to experience real love and growth and the emotions that come with it. And Theodore gets to revisit the experience from a more mature perspective while also vicariously feeling them again because he was, with his wife and he got separated. And that AI kind of him reminds him of his wife, his ex-wife. I heard many things about this movie before watching it, but I didn't think it'd be that good because on paper, like I said, it doesn't sound that good. But when I saw it, I was shocked how good it actually was. Even the side characters in this movie are so good and they have their own life and problems, and it feels so natural and real. One thing this movie does like prove that you can't fall in love with an AI, and it also kind of shows that if you're as alone as this guy Theodore, you take any form of love when you're that lonely, I suppose. It's actually a really dark movie, but at the same time, it's fun. Also, many people like weren't a big fan of the endings, but I think they're wrong. They think the ending was just bad, but I don't think it is. And I'm gonna get into this ending because I want to talk about that. So if you want to know that, you can leave. So pretty much when the movie is about to end, he finds out that that AI that he's been talking to for the whole movie is not like the only person that AI is talking to. It's talking to like, well, I don't know the exact number, but it was like more than 8,000 other people. And he got really pissed and like kind of sad when he heard that, because the AI was like, that AI only loves him, but that was obviously wrong. And that AI tries to tell him that she still loves him, but he's not sure about that. And then later on, she tells him that they're shutting down and the AI will be gone. And then, well, then he gets more sad and pissed. And there is this woman who is his friend, and she was also in love with an AI, so she loses that as well. And and then they just both go on the roof at the end of the movie and just look at the city, which was actually a good ending in my opinion. Many people hate that, but I think it was good. Where in that point he's let go of the past and moved on, and he's become more matured than he was before. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The movie is pretty much that, but it's a good movie. You should watch. I don't want to get into like some scenes. Some scenes are like kind of painful to watch. Like there's this scene, like cat and choking. Well, if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. That was a hard watch. And I think there will be more AIs like this in the future, and many people will use those AI and probably fall in love with them. Like, well, probably later on, like and especially what we saw with this Google thing, where this AI looks really real. And I think like maybe after 10 or 15 years, I say about that time, we're definitely gonna have an AI like this, and many people lives gonna become like that. So yeah, it's a good movie, and I think you should watch it. That's it. See ya.